Hello guys, welcome back to Coding Cafe. My name is Muhammad Ali, and in this video we are going to start work on our chats fragment where we will display all the chats. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. So go to the Ender Studio and first of all let's close all the previous activities, and now here we have our chats fragment. Okay, and we need to open the .xml file for the chats fragment, so that by using the basically we are going to use the Firebase Recycler new and latest version with the Recyclerview, Android Recyclerview, to display all the chat list here on our chats fragment. So what I'm going to do, click on text and first of all remove this text from here, and we need to add a Recyclerview here. So I can simply type recycler and you can see this first one, Recyclerview. It should be match parent, and now we have to give it some ID. So the ID for this will be, we can give it a name as chats underscore list. So this is our chat list. Align parent start to true and align parent top to true. So yeah, this is all about our Recyclerview. Now the next thing is to go to the chats fragment.java file, and here we have to include to define and initialize our Recyclerview. But first of all, here you can see we have our chats fragment. So this is the view. On create view, remove this return. Okay, first let's create here a view which will be, we can call it we can give it a name as chats, or instead of that we can say private chats view. And now here we can say private chats view equals to this, and then we are going to return this private chats view. So yeah, that's it. Now after that we need to define the Recyclerview, and the name of that Recyclerview will be chat list. And here inside this on create view, here we can set chat list equals to Recyclerview, and by using this private chats view we can give it, we can say find view by ID or dot ID dot, and the ID for that is chats list dot set linear layout manager, set layout manager, new linear layout manager, and we have to pass the context, get context. Now by using the Firebase Recycler adapter, we can retrieve all our chats, the chat list from our contacts node from the database. Okay, from the Firebase database, we have all our where each online user has a contact list. This is the user, and this user has only one contact, which is this one. Now what we're gonna do is that first of all, in order to use the Firebase Recycler adapter, all you're gonna need, as you know that we have to add the dependency for that, which is the Firebase UI database. Okay, which is this one. So we have already added this in the previous video tutorials. I hope you remember that when we were working on the contacts and requests, and also when we were working on the find friends. So we have already added that, so we can simply close this. Okay, and here we need to create an onStart method, and inside that method we can say, first we need to add the Firebase Recycler options, where we will give a query to the database. So Firebase Recycler options, and as you know it needs the parameter which is our model class contacts. And if I show you this contacts model class, then as you know we have already created this in the previous video tutorials. So which are basically our user, these are the keys, name, status and image. Okay, this is a default constructor, and this is constructor with parameter, and then we set a getter and setter for it, and these are basically the keys. If I show you the database, then we have a users node where for each user there is a data, okay, which is name, image, status and UID. So we are retrieving for now these three. I mean, in the previous tutorial, I already explained these things, okay, when we were retrieving our users on the find friends, okay, and also on the contacts and request. So here now what we're gonna do, we have to simple write here the contacts, and then we can give it a name as options equals to new Firebase recycler options dot builder. Here we need to pass the model class which is contact, and then we can say dot set query, and here we need to pass the reference to a database, or you can say we have to create a query. So for that I'm going to create here a database reference, and we can give it a name as chats reference. And here in our own create view, here I can simply say chats ref equals to Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference dot child, and the child is our contacts node, and we have to pass the current user ID, that is the user who is logged in into the app, and he is going to send message to his friend. So in order to get the current user ID, we need a Firebase auth. So we can say private Firebase auth, and let's give it a name as mauth, and then here we can say mauth equals to Firebase auth dot get instance. And now let's create a string type variable where we can simply store the current user ID. So we can say private string, and let's give it a name as current user ID. So here we can say current user ID equals to mauth dot get current user dot get UID, and now we have to pass this current user ID to it. So yeah, that's it. And now we have to give this chats ref to here to this query, and the second parameter it needs is the contacts dot class, which is our model class. And then after that we can say dot build, and make sure to put a semicolon here. So now here we can by using the Firebase recycler adapter, we can say Firebase recycler adapter. As you know that it needs two parameters, one is the contacts model class, and the second one is the static class which we will create now. So here I can simply say public void static class. So it should not be white, because this will we have to return the view to it by using the on create view holder and on bind view holder. So here we can say public static class, and we can give it a name as chats view holder. It should extend the Recyclerview dot view holder, and it needs a constructor. So here you can simply click on this generate, and also you can click here and click this red bulb, and here it will give you the same option, which is create constructor matching super. Okay, so you can see this is created, which is the constructor. So now the next thing is to include here inside this static class, we have to include our layout, which contains basically this layout I'm talking about, okay, where we have to display the profile image of a user, the username, and the user status. If I show you, then this one. So what we're gonna do here, we can simply type first we have a circle image view, and we can give it a name as profile image. Second we have a text view, and we can give it a name as user status. And this third one is also a text view, and we can give it a name as user name. So here we have to give the IDs, I mean to initialize these three fields by using this item view object, which is for the view. So here we can say profile image equals to item view dot find view by ID, or dot ID dot, and the ID for the image is user profile image. So we can say users profile image Then we have our, let's copy paste this for both of the text view, so we can simply copy this, paste that here, and change this to user status, and the third one to user name, and make sure to change the ID for both of these. So for the user status, we have our this user underscore status, so pass that ID to it, which is user status. And for the username, we have ID, which is user profile name, so we can say user profile name. So yeah, that's it. Now here we have to pass the second parameter, which is our chats view holder. Let's give it a name as adapter equals to new Firebase Recycler adapter, and alongside with it, this on view holder, on bind view holder, and on create view holder method is created. And make sure to put a semicolon here first. So first of all, here you can see this red line. Okay, here we need to pass our query, which is our Firebase Recycler options basically. So we can say options. Okay, pass this option here, which contain our query. Now the next thing is this on create view holder. Here we need to access our this layout, okay, which we define. I mean the controllers, you can say, or the the circular image view and text view, which we define here, and also we initialize it here inside this chats view holder. So here we have to access that. So first of all, remove this return from here, and here we have this view group, and then it has object view group and this int I. So what I'm going to do here, we can simply say view, sorry for that, let's give it a name as view equals to layout inflator dot from, and by using the view group object dot get context, and after that we can say dot inflate. We have to access our layout, which is this layout, user display layout. Put a comma, then we to pass the view group, and then we can say false, and make sure to put semicolon here at the end. And here we can simply say return new chats view holder, and pass this view to it. Make sure to put a semicolon here. And yeah, that's it. Now we have to work on the on bind view holder, but before that, here we have to, by using the Firebase Recycler view, which is our chat list dot set adapter, so we have to set our adapter to the recycler view here, and then we can say adapter dot start listening. Now come here to the on bind view holder, and here we have our view holder class, which is chat view holder, and it has an object holder, and then the position we can get of each child, and then we have our model class, and the object of that is model. Now what we're gonna do here is that, as you know, that here inside our database we have our contact list, and let's say this is my account, that is UXA, okay, and under that I have only 1 2 3 4 5 contacts, okay, that is these people are my friends, okay, so that's why they are in my contact list. So what we are going to do is we will get each ID line by line, okay, we will get each ID line by line, and let's say first we will get this first ID, and once we get this first ID, then from the users node we have to retrieve the profile image, username, and user status, okay, and then the same we will do for the second, then the third, then the fourth, and then for the fifth user. So in this way we will get our chat list, okay, by using the users node, okay. So yeah, let's do that. So now the next thing is, yeah, first let's do it, then I will explain it further. So in order to get the ID of each one, so we can say final string, and let's create a variable by the name users IDs equals to get ref, and pass the position, that is it will first get the first position, okay, which is this one, and then the second, third, fourth, I mean line by line, it will read line by line. So we have to get the key of each position. Now we need to create a reference to the user's node so that we can retrieve the profile image and name for each ID for each user. So here we can simply say users ref, and now after this we can say user ref equals to Firebase Database dot get instance dot get reference dot child, and the child will be the user's node. And now come down here, and here we can say users ref dot child, and we have to pass the user IDs dot add value event listener new value event listener. Make sure to put a semicolon here. And now here in our own data change method we can first check for the image, that is the profile image. So we have to say has child image. So the image, if the image is available, I mean the profile image of a user is available, then we have to retrieve that image, and let's give it a name as ret image, which means retrieve image. You can give it any name you want. Dot child, and inside the user's node it is by the name image. Okay. Dot get value dot to string. I hope you know the reason for this, okay, because in this app the image feature is optional. That is, at the time when, I mean, there will be some users who do not want to set their profile image, so we will just set the default profile image for that user if they do not want to update the profile image. So that's why it is optional, just like you guys see in WhatsApp. Okay, I hope you remember that I explained this already. So after that we have to retrieve the username, so we can say ret name equals to data snapshot dot child, and the username is by the name. Okay, inside the database dot get value dot to string. Let's copy paste this for the status. So copy this and paste that here, and change this to user status, and is by the name status. And now we have to display it. So to display the image we need to use the Picasso library inside this if statement. So by using the Picasso, as you know that we have already added the dependency for using this library, which is this library. Okay, I hope you remember that we add this in the previous video tutorials. Picasso.get.load, and we have to pass the retrieve image dot into, and by using the holder object dot profile image, which is here. Okay, which are our these fields. If I show you, then these one. Okay, profile image, user status, and username. So for the username and status we can say holder dot username dot set text to the ret name. And for the status, as you know that we are not going to display the status here, we will display the last seen of a user here. Okay, so I can simply first make sure to change this to user status. So instead of status we will display the last seen of a user, so we can say last seen colon. For now we will just display this text, but later on when we will work on the online status of a user and last seen, then we will change this later on. I mean the last seen functionality, or you can say this feature, just like you guys see in WhatsApp, we will update it just like that. Okay, so here after this last seen I can simply add this concatenation sign plus, then we have to using this slash n, and in the next line we will display the date, and then we will display the time. So yeah, that's it. Now let's run the app to see how it works. So you can see that the app is running now successfully, and here we go. It display all the contacts here, I mean which we will be used for the chat. So this is our chat list. So I am logged in by my own account, Muhammad Ali, and 12345. Okay, and if I go to the database, then this is my ID. If I show you from here, which is UX, this is Muhammad Ali, and I have 5 contacts now, 12345. So you can see that. So yeah, that's it. I mean, this is amazing. So now in the next video tutorial, what we will be doing is that whenever a user click on any user here, on any item here, then it will send the user to the chat activity. That is, let's say if I click here on this Rida Ford profile, if I click here, then it will send me to the chat activity, and here we will display this profile picture of Rida Ford and the name, and then we will allow current user, that is, let's say me, okay, Muhammad Ali. So Muhammad Ali will send a message to Rida Ford. So yeah, that's it for this video, and if anyone is new to our channel, then please subscribe our channel Coding Cafe. Thumbs up for this video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.